What's up? What's up, people? Oh man, your boy's cutting up. I just refreshed my screen and I saw my thumbnail, man. Oh man, it looks sick. What's up, peoples? It's your boy MM2K back again with another one. Back again. As y'all can see the title of this one, and I'm going to make this. I'm going to try to make this one as quick as possible. You know your boy got the gift of gab. I babble. That's because I don't have the capabilities like I normally did prior to tax season and this amendment season. You know, I drop a video like, 3-4 times a week, and now I got to just go to these ad hoc videos once a week, you know what I'm saying? So I, start to bibble babble for about 2 or 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do all that because I want to get into some more God of War, man. I got to finish this daggone game, man. State of Decay is coming next week. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, hop on the Xbox again, blah, 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 say blah. But for those of y'all that are joining me, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as y'all can see the title of the joint, and if y'all can't hear me good or if the background noise is too much, I live by a very busy intersection and it's hot in the studio. It's hot in the lab today. You know what I'm saying? While I'm chefing this up. So I got to leave the window open. Well, I ain't got to. If it gets too bad, y'all just let me know, man. I'll accommodate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's welcome. Yo, my man Thomas Franks, what's up, bro? Hey, y'all just got your thing, man. You's cutting up, bro. I just got your thing. Big up to my man Thomas Franks. All right, so let's get this thing rolling, man. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not play around with this too long. Y'all see the title of this joint, man? Xbox fanboy loses faith in the brand. Say it ain't so. What's next? All right, here's the deal. Okay. For those of y'all that have been following my gameplay of God of War, I made a big announcement Friday. Okay, thanks Thomas, I appreciate that, bro. My big announcement Friday was that I was hanging up my Xbox hat. Now, before y'all go crazy, like, oh, he's going pony. He just trying to mimic Zaire. He trying to be like next gen. No. We triple B, man. We ain't all got to be carbon copy clones like we come straight out of Westworld. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo. Neverland with your stuff, man. What's up, man? New podcast coming May 27th. Hey, yo, man. Hey, look. Good to everybody, man. Everybody should have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if Charles Manson was still alive, his ass should have a podcast too. What the hell? Who am I to say something? I'm just new on the scene. You know what I mean? So big ups to them. Neverland with your messy stuff, man. Go ahead. Here's the deal. So I made the announcement that I was hanging up my Xbox hat, but I'm not going pony. I'm a free agent. Now, what do I mean by free agent? I mean that I don't right now have a console or platform of choice. And that I plan on keeping it that way until a certain date. And I'm going to get into that. But for those of y'all that have been following your boy up in the chat, I appreciate all of y'all. Neverland, Thomas Franks, whoever else is here. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody. For everybody that's been following your boy, y'all know that Xbox was my preferred console. And contrary to popular belief, I was never the type to say Xbox is just the best box, and if you plan on something else, you know what I'm saying, let them dip your face in acid. I was never one of those cats, man. You do what you do. I come from an era where the person sitting at the throne changed every 3 or 4 years. So if you like the Sega Master System and I didn't, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I came over, kick it with you while you was playing the Master System. I might be like, man, I really can't dig this. I'm going to go back to my NES. I'm like, whatever. It was no big deal. The console wars were not as prevalent and it's not as personal back in my heyday than they are now. You know what I'm saying? Or my younger days. This is y'all take this personal, man. This is like a cloth on the skin of y'all. Y'all like Buffalo Bill out here. Y'all just sewing up pieces of plastic and making new layers of skin. Y'all, I don't know. You know, I really don't know. But it is what it is. But my argument has always been the Xbox One ecosystem has value. Okay? Now, this has recently changed. And here's why. Here's why. I still feel like it has value. But that's because of the works done by the prior regimes. I think the prior regimes, starting with the Seamus Blackley regime and then the Peter Moore regime and all them other cats, you know what I'm saying? And even a little sprinkle of Donnie D with Phil Spencer at the first party or doing what he was doing under Donnie D. You know, them regimes, I think, built up an ecosystem within the Xbox One that was model. You know what I'm saying? As far as online, a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to get into that. So why have I hung up my Xbox hat? Why am I a free agent to a specific time that I'm going to get into? Here's why. As of late, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some very troubling things. And this ain't really got nothing to do too much with Sony, but I'm going to go over the Xbox things that I've seen that have troubled me. I've seen your boy Phil Spencer, you know what I'm saying, in an interview with, I believe it was Giant Bomb, right after E3 last year. Him in an angered type of fashion, you know, say, we don't have to drive Sony into the ground. Oh, that makes me so mad. I mean, this dude, man, he was turning red, everything, man. Check that out. Look for it. It's in one of my videos, but if y'all curious enough about it, I'll dig and go through my videos and I'll find y'all the link. It's a Giant Bomb interview that he did where they was talking about they don't feel like Microsoft is being competitive enough, and he really got offended, man. There's only one other time that I've seen him get more offended, but I'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? Also, that has troubled me was it's just his overall despise, like in news articles and stuff. He really despises the hardcore base. You know, the base that is vocal, that's like, you know, hey, this is what the Xbox brand is for. This is what brought us here. This is what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? The ones that want to see some fight. He really despises this group. And I identify with that group. So he despises me in my mind. You know what I mean? I mean, he sits on articles. He calls us, he calls us more. I feel like when Phil is addressing the group that I belong to is when it comes to the diehard Xbox fans. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm hearing something from Cliffy B. And I'm not trying to be smart. You know what I'm saying? There's no pun intended. Cliffy B, God bless you. Hopefully things work out, okay? That was a very lovely letter that you posted earlier today. But my thing is, I feel like when he's addressing my team, my crew, I feel like I'm listening to Cliffy B. Then you had Mike, it extends past Phil. Then you had Mike Ybarra promoting God of War Mixer Stream, you know what I'm saying? And then him also attacking Xbox fans. Now, I get the whole mixer part. I'm going to get into that. And then I think the straw that broke your boy's back, if you follow me on Twitter, it was the mixer giveaway of God of War to PS4 Pro. And I get it. I get the whole mixer competitive thing. I'm going to get to that because there was a little back and forth I had with some people. But those catered my decision right now because I don't think everybody's looking at the situation in totality, which your boy always do. I don't come at it from the same angle that everybody else come at it from. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be like the other 80,000 YouTubers out here, then I feel like I have no purpose. I feel like I got to look at it from a different angle. If it ends up matching up, fine. But if not, I'm going to bring it to you. That's what Dr. Spreadsheets is about. Let me go to my chat. The best chat on the goddamn planet. My man Top Dog says Xbox fans are in danger. Like KOS once said, rappers are in danger, 97. Hey, Top Dog, don't do that, bro. Come on, man. Rappers are in danger. Come on, dude. Stop it. you try and touch my emotional heartstrings. See, that's how y'all Sony dudes do. You know KRS-One is my favorite rapper of all time. Why are you doing that, Top Dog? You're dirty and you're foul. But you still my mans, all right? Check it out. Then my man's T Reaper in the chat says, even if it costs you your soul, hey, T Reaper, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. with your crazy ass, all right? Hear me out. There's a rhyme of reason that even you, T-Reaper, who sold your soul to Phil, you got the secret coordinates to Phil's bubble bath, to a sauna. Even you, I think, can respect when I break this down for you. So just hold on, T-Reaper. Stay tuned for the show, bro. But my man 706 Gamer says, yo, big ups to my man up in the chat, Noah, Triple B, baby. All right, I apologize. You hear the motorcycle in the back. That's my man from what's that? The Death Stranding or whatever the hell the game is. They try to make me sign the contract, whatever. You know what I'm saying? No More Dead or whatever the hell it's called. No, anyway. I get it. Mixer is in competition with other stream services, primarily Twitch. Because I got this a lot when I was talking about how I felt a certain way about Mixer giving away the God of War and PS4 Pro bundle. And when I was talking about what Mike Ybarra was doing the God of War stream, my man King's Blood dropped a dope video about this. And I get it. There's more to it than that. Just follow me, your boy. I also get it that with promotion of their other services like Azure, now they talked about that, how you're going to start seeing Sony multiplayer games using Windows services. We all knew this was coming. That with them trying to roll this out to even Sony, they don't want to denigrate Sony too much. They don't want to be out there dropping commercials, doing with Yoshida and not Andrew House. What's the other dude's name? I forgot the other dude's name that did this is how you share your game services at the 2013 E3. They don't want to do stuff like that. I get it. And that's because Sony operates as a traditional company. Any competition expressed from Microsoft is automatically going to trickle down to Xbox, and that can turn them off from using any Microsoft service, okay? Now I'm about to get to the doozy here, but my man T-Reaper responds says, hey, I killed 6,000 ponies with $5. If you want to try to go hybrid, hey, I could use some more souls. Oh, man, this dude is out here tripping, man. Look, follow me, Reap. I know you got the extension span, bro. I know you got it. Just follow me. Now, I want to defer to another prominent podcast group. There's no other podcast group like Triple B. We doing it like no other. And my runners up is my Brothers to Smash podcast. You know what I'm saying? But I give a close third. Well, in the vicinity, there's a pool of cats. And one of them pool of cats is my people's at Gamer Tag Radio. Okay. But one particular cat that I've gone back and forth with, I've had some contention with. I called up to the show, said some things, you know what I'm saying? Bug blocked me, unblocked, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, we're all gamers, so it's all about passion. I believe we truced it, and you know what I'm saying? It's all that. My man Pierce Lilly said this on Gamer Tag Radio. Because look, let's be honest now. The game war, the console war is over this generation. It's over. The only thing that Microsoft can brag about both companies are doing good. All the console makers is doing good. Damn, PC is doing good, even though that's not really a concentrated platform. It's, that belongs to one entity. But gaming is just doing well financially altogether. Nobody's hungry nowadays. Nobody's hurting. Okay? With that being said, as far as this being a competition and you stacking numbers up against each other, there is no competition. Sony's blowing it out of the water. Now, there's this whole debacle about, and personally, I think in the most recent episode of Gamer Tag Radio said it best. He said, look, let's keep it real, y'all. We know that there's people that prefer the PlayStation brand, but y'all got to keep it real. The ecosystem is a thing. People want to make fun of the ecosystem and look, Pierce Lilly, he's going to not, but he's a PlayStation dude, okay? If you don't understand the makeup of the show, Danny's the Xbox guy. Peter is the PC dude. Pierce Lilly's the PlayStation guy, but you know PlayStation people, they don't never claim that they really PlayStation. They're just gamers. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because the great games are on PlayStation, that's why they love PlayStation. That's how PlayStation people do it. They don't keep it 100 all the time, even though I still love y'all. But Pierce is a PlayStation dude. And he's like, look, let's keep it real, y'all. PlayStation enthusiasts. Nobody's doing it like Xbox Live Online. The backwards compatibility thing is a much needed feature across the board. You know what I'm saying? They're doing some other things with Game Pass that is phenomenal deal. And he also said, look, man, let's put this garbage to rest. The Xbox One X is the most powerful console on there, no doubt. I remember when Paris first bought the Xbox One X, I got into it on Twitter because he returned it because he didn't like the user interface. And it was I forgot the cat's name. He blocked me or whatever because he was sitting there fanboying with Paris about it. And Paris is like, look, the console war is over. So let me just be upfront and honest, okay? Let me be upfront and honest. Microsoft has value. The Xbox One has value because of these things. However, the majority of the people that listen to the podcast, that are listening to me now, that listen to Triple B, that listen to whoever, we're hardcore or we're core. The core and the hardcore care about access to games and a particular type of games that, you know, that tickle them fancy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the features so much for the mass crowd of hardcore or core gamers. It's about the games at the end of the day for the core. When I always knew that, but when I was speaking my figures and stuff like that as far as company decisions, I always talked about gamers in totality because that's what drives the business decisions of these Fortune 500 companies. But if you're just taking a slither of the pie, which is the core to hardcore, we care about games. And what type of games that you're presenting that usher us into a new into those genre-defining moments. And he said, that's where Microsoft got to step its game up. So for all the naysayers that say that the 4K textures are the same, and therefore the compute units and all the robotics and all the other stuff on the same on X, just dead that noise. Dead the noise. There's no need for you to even go there because y'all are winning. And if y'all wasn't on some simple, silly fanboy stuff, you wouldn't go over-exaggerate and say that the Xbox One has no value whatsoever. Because I'm going to tell you this much. If Xbox at this moment was my preferred console here, no doubt about it, and we were up 76 million to 35 million, I wouldn't even be saying nothing about PlayStation. You wouldn't even be in my vocabulary. The mugs that be eating that Chris Roof Steakhouse don't be worried about what the hell's on the menu at McDonald's. That's just fanboy fodder. So apparently, by you focusing on somebody that you're beating more than 2-1, you're nervous about something. Maybe that ass whooping last generation really still got you shook a little bit. You still looking over your back even though nobody's there. So therefore, you just want to go overboard with it. Now, even I don't agree with the dude. He's a stand-up guy. Paris Lilly. He's a stand-up guy. I don't agree with the guy on much of anything. But he's a stand-up guy. So the system has value. But what we're looking for as the core is the thing that's on the top of our list are games that satisfy the consumer base that like Xbox or prefers Xbox. And we're not getting that. Now, my issue is that even though I understand that they're in competition with that Mixer's in competition with Twitch, therefore they're trying to, reach things at a broad level. Them having to continually extend this olive branch to Sony because they got their footprints everywhere. You got to ask yourself, will Microsoft ever be competitive and thrive for the best? And when you look at these past actions, the statements by Phil, statements by Ybarra, these giveaways that are at a bad time, the Mixer giveaway in particular, where they basically said, look, simply retweet Mixer And we're going to give, and whoever we pick is going to get a PS4 Pro and God of War. If this was a serious contest, people, Microsoft's too savvy for this. When you look at their advertisements with their Surface lineup and all this other stuff, they don't give away nothing unless you got skin in the game, baby. That's why they got that whole Microsoft point system. You got to log in, you want to enter into the what's it called, then you got to get on Bing. You got to get on and show some use of some skin in the game by using Bing for a little bit. Now, it's not going to cost you nothing but a little skin in the game. They're not just going to give you something like that for the God of War from the competing entities lineup. This is not about them extending their brand to get more people on Mixer. It was another olive branch to Sony. Look, Sony's a cutthroat Japanese company. I don't mean that in no racial overtone. It's about the culture. You got to understand the business culture there. Okay, that business culture, they're cutthroat. They're traditional and they're cutthroat, and their aim is to show that they are better than the big-eyed Americans. Period. I've done business with plenty of them, even to this day. That's how they roll. To the biggest financial company, to whatever. I'm going to shut up because I don't understand too much. But I dealt with a lot of them for the past 20 years. That's how they approach business. Microsoft could not do this giveaway without sitting at the table with Sony and say, can we do this? And who's to know that the conversation even went like that? Microsoft behind the scenes. Look, I've been telling you this. It's like I told you before, if you've been following your boy, it's the Silicon Valley mind state that Microsoft is trying to weasel Sony into. What's that Silicon Valley mind state? Twitter makes money off of Facebook. Facebook makes money off of Twitter. They both make money off of Google. They don't compete in commercials and stuff like that up front. They all shaking hands, loving each other, sipping coffee, playing in the park with their nuanced looking families and all that other stuff. And they fight behind the scenes for patents. So what you have here is you have Microsoft saying to Sony, look, like I told a Giant Bomb interview, we ain't got to beat y'all on the ground because we both selling similar products. Hey, we can make money off each other. You come out with a killer app as in God of War, we stream it. We give you some kickback. We even do giveaways for your console and your game. That's the Silicon Valley mind state. But when you have that type of mind state, what incentive do you have to outdo your competition? You have none. I go to the chat. Thomas Frank says Xbox is not in danger. Was Sony PlayStation in trouble with the PlayStation 3 or the early years of the PlayStation 4? We got to be patient. Just like PlayStation guys was patient. Now it's Microsoft turn. I say to that, my good brother Thomas Franks, is that, yes, I was patient. I was arguing in behalf of the Microsoft brand, not because I was damage controlling, because in my mind, the games were coming. The hardcore games that we used to, look, they know what they know and they know what they don't know, right? They know why we're here. Like when you go to a seafood place, you know what they want. They want crab legs and lobster. So under no circumstances was I expecting them to come out with hamburgers and french fries and milkshakes. And that's what happened. So basically what I'm saying, Thomas, is that we were patient. No, the PlayStation people were patient because they know PlayStation's operators Miranda. They know how they do this thing. They're light at the beginning. They pick it up at the middle. They finish off heavy. They're light at the beginning. They pick up in the middle. They finish off heavy. My brother King's Blood dropped it for y'all. He told y'all this a while ago. The problem is we had the same assumptions, and instead of the things that brought us to the system being prevalent and being worked on, we're getting Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and an unknown status of Crackdown 3, which none of them are really AAA bangers. I came to the system because of the AAA bangers that they were bringing to the console that no other console was bringing to console gamers. And we're not getting that. 706 Gamer says, patience, it's your 5, bruh. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look. How long you gonna wait now? How long you gonna wait at the diner for your blind date before you realize that mug ain't coming, yo? You been there since 6. It's 11:59. You gonna go into the next day? I don't know, bro. My man Thomas Franks responded. It took Sony 10 years and it hasn't been 5 years. I've responded to that. So they going back and forth here. My man Top Dog says, hey, like J. Rune said, you're playing yourself if you think Microsoft can have a comeback. Hey, yo, Top Dog, you a low down dirty dude, man. Stop using my icons, man. Stop using my icons to rub my face in the dirt. Big ups to Top Dog with the J. Rune and Damager references. Hey, yo, 706 says this just started in 2013. It's 2018. My man Cyrus Burke in the chat, what's up, bro? And Top Dog says 706, only reason 360 got ahead was Sony underestimated Microsoft. They won't make the same mistake again. Twice. I agree with Top Dog. Me and Top Dog go back and forth, but I agree with Top Dog for the simple fact that this is Sony's bread and butter. They're not dropping the ball again. They're not dropping the ball again, no doubt. All right. So, again, understand that when you see the things, not only from Phil talking negatively about his hardcore base, calling them fanboys and I just hate to, you know what I'm saying? Talking about he don't need to drive Sony in the ground when Sony would love to put them in a capsule and send them mugs to the moon. Mike Ybarra with the bad optics. Even though I get it, Mike Ybarra is ahead of Mixer, but that's bad optics and perception by Microsoft. Y'all, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. What's going on here, man? Perception is not to the law. If y'all did not have an instructor teach y'all that, y'all need to get a refund. Y'all need to get refunds of them college degrees. Perception is not just to the law. Those is horrible optics. Then you follow it up immediately with the God of War giveaway, where nobody has skin in the game. So a cat like me, even though my brother King's Blood dropped that dope video, a cat like me is sitting on the bleachers like, yo, what incentive do these dudes really have to really fight for the best? Because that's how we got the Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Okay? That's how we got the Doom 3s. That's how we got the Armed and Dangerouses. That's how we got the Halos. These mugs was fighting to be the best. They were fighting to rip Sony in half. That hunger sparked these good titles. How can you get the same quality product when you don't have the same hunger? My man Top Dog will tell you, hey, look, we come from an era where with a hip-hop artist, when they hungry, they got some of the most killer poetic lines ever. As soon as they get that eggs and bacon in their belly, pew, the quality of the output goes down. Same theory here. If you're trying to make money off of everybody and shake hands in front of the camera, what incentive do you have to give quality product? If you're just trying to fight for patents and things and mass distribution services, what incentive do you really have? Microsoft is down at least 2-to-1 in output. They are not down 2-to-1 in revenue. Meaning, even though Sony is putting out double the output, they are not getting double the revenue as Microsoft's gaming division. That's a success for Microsoft under this new regime. But it's not a success for the gamer. Because we say, oh, the money brings new games. Where are they at? And what type of games are we getting? here's why I became an Xbox gamer, to try to encapsulize this for you and what I expect as a gamer. And why I just hung up my hat as an Xbox gamer at the moment. I'll follow your boy. I fight for and I want new aged, innovative experiences that challenge my gamer IQ and have grit. When I played Armed and Dangerous, I was like, wow, this is something new. I've never seen anything like this on a console. Even when I played Brutal Legend, the best game out there, no, but it had a lot of potential. Had the co-op factor, the separate screen co-op in early 2000. This is something to build. You don't see this on consoles. Wow. Now, teams like Bethesda and CD Projekt Red, they get it. They bring those PC-esque experiences to the security of a console. And that stuff has been brought to the security of a console because of Microsoft. They tell you, if it wasn't for Ken Levine, or one of the head directors of BioShock, told you that if it wasn't for Bill Gates and Microsoft, BioShock would have never seen the light of day. Mass Effect was originally a Microsoft exclusive game. These are games Microsoft ushered in, nuanced, PC-esque type experiences that were never brought to console. That's what Microsoft represented to me and others. That's why a lot of us came on. We didn't come on for this service-based, well, here goes something. We never want to outdo the competition style games that you're seeing now. Like, it's like the games we're trying to put on, like, we're not even trying to compete with you. We're somewhere else. This is not a risk to you. We'll just make sure we got a lot of users. And here's the thing about this. I want to tell y'all something real quick. But I'm going to go to the chat. My man Top Dog said, Microsoft's problem is they don't have a Mark Cerny. He is the reason Sony was so successful ever since the beginning. I don't know what implementation Mark Cerny's had, but I'm going to tell you this, Top Dog. I think the most influential and most essential person in Sony that helped the turnaround were two people. I don't know about Mark Cerny. I will say number 2 was Andrew House. And number 1 was, damn, I just lost his name. The ex-head from Last Generation that everybody liked, that did the interview with Hip Hop Gamer. He's the one that really brought in the UK and the European crowd and really got them on the fan base, got them on the bandwagon at the end of last gen. That's why that's why Sony's really crushing, because of the people out of the continental US. If this was just strictly in the continental US or within the Americas, this would be a close race. Where Sony is killing it is in UK. And that they're killing it in UK because, I can't believe I forgot my man's name. But but Sean Layton replaced him. It's because of him. So, Mark Cerny, and he's the funny dude that said that Sony can get to 39,000 teraflops. Some garbage he was saying about it. Man, I don't know. I don't know, Top Dog. I don't know. But I will tell you, I'm not going to say Mark Cerny was not influential, but I will argue you down on this. The two most influential dudes was Andrew House because of his relationship and his willingness to take risk. And I think his willingness to take risk is why they kind of like ushered him out. And they did it kindly. They ushered him out. He didn't just go away, trust me. They ushered my man out of the company. And the dude that Sean Layton replaced, he brought it all together. He said, look, man, we messed up so bad this gen. We got to close out strong as far as what we're offering gamers. And we got to start off strong this gen coming in. And he did it. He did it. Now, going back to the whole computer thing, here's what I had to realize. Because, truth be told, going into this generation, I was a little dismayed because I heard nothing but talk about Unreal Engine 4, compute units, and all this other stuff. I really didn't hear talk about innovative gameplay, you know, and new ways to play that were really exciting. I've seen these gimmicks with the Kinect, even though that's impressive tech, but it was a gimmick. It was their version of the Wii U, you know, the remoteless thing. It was a gimmick, and they didn't thoroughly think it out. And I could tell it was going to be a disaster. You could just tell it wasn't going to work. Xbox fans were just crossing their fingers on that one. And Sony wisely dumped the iToy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it, chief. But, you know, when they were talking compute units or whatever, Sony understood what was going on. So, because Sony understood what was going on, they were like, hey, don't just pay attention to Unreal 4 engine. Look at what we're doing with Uncharted 4. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft was caught flat-footed because they was on this whole Kinect thing. But here's what I had to realize. When I started seeing it was focused more on aesthetics and not gameplay, I said, well, hell, if I'm going to go with aesthetics, I might as well go with the aesthetics are best, PC. So I started going to PC. And what I started noticing about PC is that your typical PC gamer don't play games, as my boy King's Blood says, 150 frames per second, big fella. They don't do that. That's not the shebang. The average PC gamer is on PC for the nuanced games, right? The Van Helsings and the Dotas and the Counter-Strike 2s and the Insanity Afterfalls and the Nethers. All these weird games that aesthetically look like garbage. Even PUBG. PUBG is a mod, is a game that was developed from a mod of an old-ass PC game, Arma 3. That Arma 3 is the PC version of Call of Duty. What Call of Duty means on consoles, Arma 3 is to the PC world. That's their big military shooter, but it's third person. So with that being said, everybody doesn't go on there for these super high-res textures and put everything up to ultra settings. They don't all do that. The average gamer, when you go look at the surveys by Steam, which is undoubtedly the biggest distributor of games on PC, they're not the only ones, they're not the only big ones, but they are the biggest. You get a real good snapshot on what the average rig is. And the average rig doesn't have a 1080 Ti in it. It's sporting a 10, or the most popular one is a 1060. Only 11% of people have that. And that's the biggest percentage, is the 1060. They're only sporting 8 gigs of RAM. They got quad-core processors. But do you see what I'm saying? They're not going for the big old killer shebang. They're in it for the experiences. Those unique PC experiences. Which I can dig in a lot of places. Look, if it wasn't for Rise of the Tomb Raider, Van Helsing 1, the over-the-top version, or Van Helsing's version of, I forgot that game. But it's like an over-the-top thing game. It loses my mind right now. Real famous game. That would have been my game of the year. And that's an indie game. And that's not a AAA game. If it wasn't for Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider reboot. There are a lot of unique experiences on PC. Some of them are cool. But some of them are kiddie. Like a Sea of Thieves. If you watch PC games. Hey, look. Big ups to these mugs. I forgot their names, man. I just started, like I said, there's a circle of people that are doing podcasts, and I appreciate them for what they do. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I still got them here. No, I don't have them here, but I'm going to give them a shout out next time I get a chance. And I got to forge. Oh, yeah, here they go. Hold on, because I just signed up for their podcast, too. What's these mugs' name? Shoot. Digital Logic, PC Gaming. Big up to them. Digital Logic, PC Gaming. Good PC Gaming podcast. We're going to have to venture into that arena. You know what I'm saying? Triple P, we're going to have to take over that arena too. But until we do that, big ups to my people. Digital Logic, PC Gaming podcast. Very good, very funny too. very funny and witty, and these are PC. But if you look at the games that they play, they're not playing the 7 frames per second. They don't care about that. They're playing these nuanced experiences, that Counter-Strike and all that 15-year-old games. And why am I bringing that up? Because those are the type of PC gamers that Phil and Mike Ybarra are. I'm more of a gritty, like I said, new age, innovative experience that challenge my gamer IQ, but have grit. You're stalkers. You know what I'm saying? Games like that. Y'all familiar with the Stalker series? Those are the type of games that I like, that when they were on PC, they required keyboard and mouse, but Microsoft found a way to port them over to the console. Boom. Oh, wow. It may not have been that exact game, but it was a similar concept, and they made it fit right in onto the console family. That's how we got our Mass Effects and our BioShocks, because of that. Those are games that are PC-centric. Those genres started on the PC. And like I said, companies like CD Projekt Red and Bethesda, they get it, and they put the proper guardrails on those games, and they port them over to console. Those are genres that you see on PC. But everybody ain't in it for those games. Sea of Thieves has a very strong following on Mixer via the PC. There are mad PC people playing Sea of Thieves. Period. And they're playing other games similar to that. I forgot what this one game was that they were playing. Man. These are the cutesy looking, the Voodoo Vince looking type of games. Those are the type of gamers that Mike Ybarra and Phil Spencer are. The games, they like the PC, those PCS type games that are just more about connectivity. It ain't about grit, it ain't about AAA. It's about games that just connect you to a bunch of people that just have little different nuances here and there. That's completely different from what I came to Xbox for and what a lot of Xbox gamers came to the system for. We came for those PC-esque type games that had grit, that were AAA. You know what I'm saying? New age, innovative experience, challenge the gamer IQ. We wasn't worried so much about just connectivity. That was that was great. Icing on the cake, icing on the cake. But that wasn't the whole shebang. Phil told you himself when he was doing his little UNICEF speech down at DICE that, the first time that I was connected to other gamers and they robbed me and took my stuff. Just trivial things like that because he was connected somewhere else. That's what touched his heart. Meanwhile, we're looking for AAA experiences that are not as cookie cutter as your typical console game, that are coming from PCs that have different plot twists and different approaches to them. Approaches where, with BioShock, I forgot what, but the little girls that had the energy, you could either save them or you could expire them and absorb their energy. That's the realm of thought and approach to a game that comes from the PC world. Not from console. And I'd say PC gamers they're a little bit more ingenious when it comes to plot twisted things like that. And Xbox was good for porting those games over and expanding the console experience. That's why most of us came on the Xbox. Not for the Phil Spencer, Mike Ybarra type of PC gamer. And granted, Mike Ybarra likes to play a lot of PUBG, but they're more into the whole connectivity thing over everything else, where we're looking for the more mystique, gritty type of experiences that you get on the PC. Not so much the connectivity part. I don't have a problem with the connectivity part. Don't get me wrong. My problem is, if you're going to do the connectivity part, then you gotta keep the staples that brought the masses to the system in the first place. You don't open your shop as a seafood place And then all of a sudden, we walk in, expect to get some seafood. And again, like I said, there's burgers and fries and milkshakes on the menu. Where's the seafood? Oh, what the y'all seafood fanboys? What's wrong with y'all, man? Come on now. There's more to food than seafood. No, it don't work like that. You can add to the menu, but you don't just pull the rug from up under us like this and expect there to be no blowback. I don't have a problem with Microsoft having to take time to come up with those games, because I have been underwhelmed altogether by this generation. A lot of people have. Look, people are going to sit there and say this, oh, because your original favorite console ain't hitting it out the park, now you're trying to damage control and say the whole... Look, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not going to name any names, but your favorite ponies that I've been on podcasts with, they have told you too, they have admitted to it too, that the generation is lackluster. There's really no true innovation. Even if you think God of War is a 10 out of 10, is it really doing anything like super brand new? No. It's just tightened up elements that you're used to. Every previous generation, we've gotten some grand leap into gaming. Our grand leap into gaming right now is 4K textures. And your favorite ponies will have admitted to it too, but I'm not going to expose them like that. I don't operate like that. When they want to come clean, they'll come clean. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. And being that that's the case, I am a multi-plat gamer, first and foremost. So I did not mind the strategy of, hey, look, because I get it. Satya Nadella tighten the purse strings. He said, look, I'm here to clean up the stock price, which is very important. Even though they was making $21 billion a year under sweaty Steve Ballmer, their stock price was abysmal for their business sector. So they had to keep the $21 billion coming in, if not more, and get that stock price up. And since Satya's been there, the stock price is going up 234%. Last time I checked, which was last week. It was up 234%. For when Steve Ballmer was there. So they're bringing in the $21 billion, and they're considered 234% more valuable than they were 5 years ago. That's a hell of a difference if you're an investor. But that's the mind state of the CEO. So I get it. Phil felt like he had to fall in place with that. And I didn't mind, because the multiplats would have satisfied my appetite, whether I had a PlayStation or not, until they started bringing out games. My problem is that since we're like, okay, now we're getting anxious, y'all, with what y'all plan on bringing. Y'all sitting there talking about Recore was genre defining. Shannon Lofton's doing interviews talking about Recore was genre defining. You know what I'm saying? Super Lucky Tales. And the whispers going around that they're talking about everything ain't got to have a gun. When a gun is what brought everybody to your damn console in the first place, like it or not. And then you start the year, when Sony starting the year off with God of War, you start the year off with Sea of Thieves. And then you got State of Decay, which I'm still anticipating. However, it's a B-rate game. It's not a AAA game. And then we don't know what the state of Crackdown is, which Crackdown was never a game that you could rely on anyway. It was just meant for useless fun and destruction. And they were supposed to build on that and just use it to showcase this cloud tech. They used it to showcase the co-op when it originally came out, to show you how seamless and smooth the co-op could be. And they were going to use it again to showcase the cloud thing. Crackdown was always just a mindless game that was used as a technical showcase for something. It was never meant to be a game that was going to be rated 9s or 10s. We understood that as Xbox enthusiasts. Now they're in a position where they got to push back this game because they got to come out with some type of banger. So they got to turn lemons into lemonade, which I don't know if this new regime can do. So I can't relate to this group. This is not the same PC. Understand, you got to understand demographics. All PC gamers are not the same. The overwhelming lot of PC gamers don't care about high res textures and all other stuff. They have 1060. They have a GTX 1060. They're working with 8 gigs of RAM. Quad cores. They're not killing it. And that's just 11%. And that's the highest group. 11% of the PC gamers have 1060s. So everybody, the ones that have 1080s, Lord jeez, they might even be even less. Way less. And those type of gamers that just want the connectivity are the gamers that Mike Ybarra and Phil Spencer are. And that's a problem. We can welcome to the family, but you ain't gonna throw us out the house. And that's what's happening by all accounts. So because of that, I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent at the moment, and I'm going to be heavily eyeing E3. What do I mean by that? After E3, I'm signing on to somebody. This E3 is going to be very pivotal to your boy. Now, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to give everybody a fair shake. That includes Microsoft, PC, PlayStation, and even Nintendo. Can I? Yeah, I got it. I'm going to give them all a fair shake. Which platform is going to suit my gamer needs the most? Because this is a pivotal E3. If Microsoft shows they will be the first to write a new chapter in the Silicon Valley playbook, meaning they'll appease and they'll extend the olive branch to Sony, but they'll still shine to be the best. Hey, I could go back to Microsoft. I'll come back. If not, then I got to get my needs suited elsewhere. But regardless of where I lay my hat, what you could trust from your boy, from what I said at the beginning of this year, I will continue to judge everything down the middle. I've been doing YouTube since September. When I originally came on YouTube, my argument was, look, don't go for these preposterous notions that Xbox has no value to nobody. That's not true. However, Xbox definitely is not doing good service to the majority of its core. And even if you are a part of the core and you're liking it, you have to be honest about it. People say this and that about Crap Gamer. Even Crap Gamer gets on there. Even Mooch gets on there and says, look, they got to do better. There's no need of trying to fight this fight extensively anymore when we don't know what the hell, when we're fighting for a brand that it doesn't appear that this new regime is fighting for. They're looking for something different from all accounts and purposes. So with that said, I told you I wasn't going to be long-winded, and you know I'm a liar. So with that being said, that's it, folks. That's all, folks. That's why I am a free agent right now. We will see what happens at E3. And if at E3, somebody can really stick out and show me which one can come to your boy with the sign, with the papers, I'm rolling with them. I'm giving everybody a fair shake. Look, I would have never thought in 1,000 years that God of War's gameplay would be as solid as it is. I never would have thought it. Am I tired of this over the shoulder? Yeah, they do need to mix it up, but got to give credit where credit is due. I'm a gameplay cat. This gameplay is solid. So let me go back to the chat. To my lovely chat. T Reaper says, I crossed into the Xbox land for Halo, always and forever. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not the biggest Halo person, but I can respect that. And if that was your pool, great. But you got to understand, Reap, that wasn't the pool for everybody. I was an Xbox dude before I think Halo came out, because I saw that the PlayStation, I mean not the GameCube, that was my choice. I mean my choice of that generation at first, and I saw that they were not going to be able to keep up with the complicated controls that Xbox and PlayStation were able to keep up with. Mainly because they didn't have press-in analogs. They didn't have an L3 or an R3. Where you press in the analog. That's what did a lot of damage to the system. So the first console I went to naturally was the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? And I've been a fan ever since. 6996 says, where the blank is the God of War streams at most? They coming. It's so hot though, man. I done babbled, drinking this coffee. I done wore myself out, man. I was gonna do one right after this. I don't know. Let me see how I feel. I might do one like around 11. If at 11 o'clock you don't see your boy streaming, it ain't happening. 706 said, yo, top dog, they're underestimating Microsoft now by only showing the same 4 games at E3. Both companies have a habit of getting complacent when they're winning. Absolutely. Hey, look, 706, that's my homie. He be roasting mugs, man. He's a triple B in my own heart, man. He be roasting mugs. He be giving it to him, man. Look, Noah is spitting mathematics that y'all really need to listen to. If y'all under the, I hear a lot, Sony's for the gamers. Microsoft, I heard Microsoft last year was for the gamers. No, they're not. They're for making money. If you believe anything else, you're a fool. Was Microsoft for the gamers? When they tried to get you to pay $500 for a machine with a camera because they thought that they would be able to pull the casuals in, and it was a less powerful machine, when they didn't really focus on bringing you AAA stuff. They didn't have any AAA. The closest thing they had was, look, I like whoever was making Scalebound. I like that developer. They're cool, but I really wasn't even, that didn't even give me a AAA feel to me. Scalebound never interested me. Fable Legends, again, was just a connect, game to connect to other people. Even though I thought it was dope, they should have kept it. But it really wasn't like a banger, but I thought from what I played of the demo, I really liked it, man. I really liked it. With that being said, Microsoft felt like they hit pay dirt. They saw what Nintendo did with their gimmick, and they said, we're Microsoft. We can do better than them. We got more money at our disposal. So they made this crazy-ass camera, and they fell flat on their face. Because Sony pulled out this other strategy where they dumped the DRM and they made it appear that they were strictly for the gamers. And that's it. But that was this gen. How about last gen when Sony was going to make you pay $600 for a console that you was going to keep for 2 generations? And had they been successful, that would be the console that you, or the core unit you would have right now, and God of War wouldn't look the way that it looks. Were they for the gamers when they was doing that whole shebang? No. When they was making y'all pay extra for bandwidth? When they ain't get two-way authentication to this generation? No. None of these companies are here for the gamers. They're here to make money. Gaming is a catalyst for them to make money because they understand how rabid we can be as gamers. And we're fanboys. We're the biggest fanboys on this planet. We will damage control to no end to puff our chest out about our purchase. They know that. So that if they can do the mind share and get into our mind psychologically, they good to go. So Noah's spitting that math to you. Stop it. Don't ever believe I don't care if you love what the car. I love what Microsoft did with the 360. I will never believe that they're doing this all for me. They dropped $1 billion last year or last generation because they wanted to get an early head start because they knew that they had a lot of ground to make up because PlayStation had so much mind share. So they dropped $1 billion. They didn't do it because they loved us. They did it because they knew that that $1 billion would reciprocate to them making billions and billions of dollars every quarter, which is what they're doing now. Just in the gaming division alone. My man Neverland says Nintendo will win E3. That's my bet. Hey. Look, I got an open mind, Neverland. You never know. You never know. Hey, look. If Nintendo can really show me that they got some innovative stuff, you know what I mean? Then, I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. If I were to select Nintendo, it would just be my main console. It couldn't be my main platform altogether. I had to wash that down with some PC more often than not. Like a drop of Nintendo with 2 gallons of PC, man. I don't know. But we'll see. Hey, look, I got an open mind, man. Top Dog says you can get high-res textures with the 1060 with 8 gigs. Here we go, Top Dog, with your garbage, man. You can get decent performance, but I got a 1070, and I got like 32 gigs in this mug, man. My machine ain't playing, man. I still got a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? T Reaper said long ago it was PC land, then 01 launched with Halo, now always and forever. Hey, man, I feel you, man. I feel you. I got you. I got you, T Reaper. Just understand, bro, that as we're having these discussions, a lot of us are not feeling what's going on because we didn't get into this thing for Halo. Like, I didn't get into this for Halo. I got into this for the overall PC-esque type of games that included Halo. So Halo, just having Halo there, you know, like just some people that are in love with McDonald's just because of the Big Mac. They care less about anything else. But I just, let's put it this way. I like the variety that McDonald's may have had. And now that I'm seeing the variety going, I'm deflated. Top Dog says MM2K like Lord's Professor says stop fake. Hey yo, Top Dog. Stop that, bro. Lord's Professor said stop faking the funk. It's not the PlayStation contract, dude. You was cutting up, man. Hey yo, you talking about Lord's Professor? Hey, yo, I just want to chill and keep my hand on a $100 bill, man. I'm just trying to get that $100 bill I'm trying to get that $100 console, Top Dog. They don't know nothing about that. I ain't trying to ill. I'm just trying to chill and keep my fingers on a $100 bill. Hey, yo, 706 Gamer says, so Sony gets the pass for taking their foot off the gas because PS5 is supposedly on the way. And Top Dog sounds like a double standard. It is a double standard. Top Dog's the homie. We're going to be up in the cypher one day busting old school rhymes. But he's a fanboy. And there's a lot of fanboys out there. There's nothing wrong with being a fanboy. He's a fanboy. He loves Sony. He be rubbing Yoshida's bunions for 45 cents a day. Like a starving... I can't even think, man. I'm hot. But my boy Top Dog. No. People, that's what these companies do. They get us invested. They get something to get our blood pumping. They get us invested into their ecosystem, and we jump out the window for it. So yeah, he's going to give Sony a pass where he wouldn't give Microsoft, and there's Microsoft fanboys that will do the same thing. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, Noah. They gonna do it's going to be a double standard. You know what I'm saying? Across the board, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's it, people. That's why I'm hanging up my hat temporarily. Now, if it's temporarily, it's all up to Microsoft. They got to show your boy that even though They're doing the mixer thing, which I totally get. And that they're giving away God of War on PlayStation 4 Pros, I get that. But what are you doing to coincide with that to show that you're trying to give us the best quality product? What are you doing? What are you doing to show us that even though you're trying to get them on board to your other Microsoft services, that you have good quality product? T Reaper says that I joined for Gotham Racing there. Nah, man. I'm not a big racing dude, man. So I'm going to tell my age, I ain't really been in a racing since pole position, man. When Muzz was talking Gran Turismo, since pole position, yes. I said it, yes. This is pole position. I'm not a big racing cat. Not a big racing cat. But here's another problem with Microsoft. Just think about this. Microsoft's gaming division under Phil has a very, very, very hard time with structure. Now, hear me out before I go, and I'm going to close off with this. I get it that Mike Ybarra is the head. He's in charge of Mixer. I get that. The problem is that Mike Ybarra is known as one of the hardcore diehards, and his name is synonymous with the Xbox brand. So my question is if all you're trying to, if Mike is now in charge of Mixer, why didn't you have a move where you've announced that with this move of Phil Spencer being ahead, why aren't you pushing I don't want to say the divisions, but why aren't you pushing the segregation of business lines that are under the Windows gaming brand or Microsoft gaming brand? Meaning, who are the people that are Xbox people? Like, we know it's Matt Booty, but who are strict Xbox people? The strict Xbox people we should only associate to Xbox. Now, the Microsoft people we should associate to Microsoft, like Satya Nadella. He's not considered an Xbox guy. He's a Microsoft guy. And we need to stop having you, Phil, dealing with all these these Xbox questions. It's called segregation of duties. I just went through this at my job, Fortune 500 company, when I've absorbed this other team. And I had to restructure the two because I already had a team reporting to me. And I had to restructure the other team. And they said, just so when our clients call in, when people are trying to get a hold of you, MM2K, they understand your new role. So they don't get things mixed up. Your name and your face is synonymous and familiar. They're familiar with you because of this, and this. They now have to get familiar with you for this, and this. In 2 to 3 months' time, we got to make that understood. We can't make this change overnight, but in 2 to 3 months' time, we got to make this change prevalent because we're going to make some big overhauls. Microsoft has to make some big overhauls. Therefore, if you're going to do something like this that is going to rattle the saber within your hardcore, then it needs to be understood that before you do it, that now Mike Ybarra is a straight Microsoft guy. He is no longer the Xbox guy. He is the Microsoft services guy. And if he's dibbling and dabbling in Microsoft and Xbox, then shame on you, Phil. You need to properly restructure that so there's no confusion. Because it just makes better sense. You need to have the Microsoft service people, the people that may be working on the gaming services like Azure or the cloud gaming. These people need to be separate from the Xbox people. Are they going to work with them? Sure. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. My company we're a Fortune 500 company. We are the largest company in the world for what we do. We deal with a lot of entities, business entities, governments, all types of stuff. There are other lines of businesses that we have purchased from other countries, whatever the case may be. Because we have to show segregation of duties, not only for risk and security purposes, but just so it's more efficient with our different lines of businesses. We have certain entities that work. We have what is called internal and external clients. Internal and external clients, meaning that some of our T&S services, that's all I can say, we'll call them T&S services. So our T&S services, they not only work with my area, but they work with other companies that compete with my area. They treat us all the same. The only difference is when it's time for we still have to pay this group too. We have to pay them like company B does. Now, of course, because we're internal, we get a discount. But to make it a legitimate business to where company B, even though they're competing with my area, in order for them to feel like that they don't have too unfair of a disadvantage working with our T&S group. The T&S group is completely segregated from what my area does. They don't have access to anything. If a piece of paper with client information were to float their way, we have to shut down shop. It's just that the overall corporate business gets paid from my area and it gets paid from them too, but they are our internal client, or we're their internal client. That creates confidence not only with us, but with the external company that they got to render the same services for anyway. So what Microsoft has to do is not just for its external clients, but for its consumer base. Let them understand which entities have the wide-reaching gap, and before they start doing these giveaways, they need to act like a sound business that knows a goddamn thing or two, and establish that in advance. I follow Microsoft. I understand business structure. Why the hell does it got to be Randolph Thor that explains to me that Mixer belongs to Mike Ybarra? That should be prevalent. So when Mike Ybarra does his thing, he can do it and say, look, I'm a Microsoft person. I have nothing to do with Xbox. And if he still has something to do with Xbox, there is a problem with their current business structure. Get it together. The current ecosystems of your typical Fortune 500 business, whether it's in the computer sector or my sector, they make these type of changes within 3 to 6 months. Phil Spencer got his promotion in September of 2017. What the hell is going on here? Give them a chance, give them a chance, they seem like they don't know their left hand from their right. If Mike Ybarra is in charge of Mixer, then that makes sense why he's promoting God of War. Mike Ybarra is now not the hardcore VP or executive over any part of Xbox. He is now a window gaming guy, or Microsoft, whatever it's called, directly under Phil Spencer. He should be pretty much on the same level or halfway adjacent to Matt Booty or Matty B. I'm not going to call another grown man Booty, but Matty B. Do you need help, Microsoft, with this? You are stumbling all over yourself. Phil, you've been in charge since September. Get the business structure right So this part of it is transparent, not only to your internal and your external and clients and your investors, but to your consumers. If Satya and Nadella were to get on the stage and say, hey, the PlayStation Gaming Network is a great brand and we're going to promote the Azure cloud to it, you would have some rumblings, but people really wouldn't care that much because they say that's the Microsoft guy. But Mike Ybarra is known as an Xbox guy. How can you not clear the air, Phil, when you've had this position since September of 2017? Back to my chat, man. Top Dog says 2027 years. It's time to move on. Plus, they have smaller games to show. AAA games take 5 to 6 years to make. I guess he going back and forth with 706. I joined for a 733 megahertz Pentium Class 3 CPU, 64 megabytes too, and Halo's online co-op. Hey, everybody jumped in for different things, man. That's what I'm talking about. Top Dog says X-Fans reminds what Guru said about the loss. Hey, yo, man, you's a foul dude, Top Dog. You's a foul dude. I appreciate you, though. But do you understand? That's why I'm upset. Because of my Fortune 500 background. Again, I'm not saying it's like I'm bad, but just because I'm familiar with this stuff. Knowing how business structures are set up. I look at what they're doing and the order that they're doing it with the structure that they're doing it within, and I say to myself, what incentive do they have to provide you with top-notch product? They don't have any. They're structured right now to have a completely different set of product from Sony. Sony knocks it out of the park with single-player experiences as far as the reviewing public is concerned. As far as the media and their fan base is concerned, they knock it out of the park with the single-player experiences. It doesn't seem like Microsoft wants to compete in that area. They're going to go with the cloud-based service-type games that are semi-A or double B or look like Sea of Thieves but got cool water, while Sony's doing the traditional games that get a lot of hooting and hollering. But I'm a traditional guy in a lot of ways. I just don't like how Sony does it. I like how Microsoft does it by investing with second parties and coming up with these PC-esque, nuanced AAA experiences. And by all accounts, by the current business structure, about how this stuff is not transparent, and we don't know what the hell is going on. And Phil has been in his position since September. I mean, what? How much more patient do we have to be? These type of transitions don't take this long. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We're in May. That's 8 months. This is ridiculous. 3 to 6 months max. When it's going bad, it takes 6 months. It don't take 8 months. What is your business structure? Who are the straight Microsoft people? Who are the straight Xbox people? So we know who to go to. When are we going to start going to Maddie B? Phil Spencer, make that happen. You get out of the Xbox questions and answers situation altogether. That belongs to Maddie B. And then things will become more transparent and everything will make some more sense to everybody. And then we can stop arguing and yelling about this and say, okay, now that everything makes sense and everything is transparent and everything is on the table, now that we feel like we can trust what's going on, now we can make sound decisions and we ain't got to yell at nobody. You're either for us or you're not for us anymore. It's as simple as that. And I close off by saying this. Because none of this stuff is transparent, because none of this stuff makes sense, because it's taking longer for you to do reasonable business structure, for you by you extending these olive branches, things not making sense. Phil Spencer sitting there did a great. We ain't gotta knock Sony in the ground. But you continue to do these things that are quote unquote promotions, but require no skin in the game. When Microsoft in general got these point systems, and if you want to win a Surface tablet, you gotta sign up for Bing and get these points. All this stuff. None of this stuff makes sense. It's all over the place. I'm going to say this with all this mayhem and chaos within your infrastructure. I trust the Microsoft Xbox brand that pushed me out a console that they knew had a 60% failure rate and that they had to pay $1 billion to fix. I trust them more than I trust you guys, because at least I knew what the hell was going on. They pushed out the console too early and they're going to pay for it. I don't know what the hell's going on with y'all. This is taking too long for it to make sense, and until it makes sense, I'm hanging up my hat. And that's it from your boy, Tim M2K. I said it was going to be quick, and you know I'm a goddamn liar. Let me go through the chat. My man, Top Dog. Noah, 706 Gamer Triple B in the house. T Reaper with his crazy ass. Who else we got up in there? Neverland. 6996 to spread their hate and want me to do the God of War stream. I don't know, man. It's burning up. Cyrus Burke came by to say what's up. Big up to my people's Cyrus Burke. Thomas Franks. My people's Thomas Franks, man. Hey, look, man. I'm just going to come down the middle. I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just coming straight down the middle. And I'm just not picking a preferred console right now. Like, I got a video that I'm going to try to work on before it's too late, where, you know, to me, I'm with Noah. You got to strive to do better. Focusing primarily on 4 games, that's not doing it. Because Sony fanboys, Sony are just basing it on, we're doing it better than Microsoft. That's not saying much. I'm not going to praise you for giving me a cup of piss, or if what I had prior was a shit sandwich. You know, I'm not going to praise you for a cup of piss because it's better than a shit sandwich. By y'all just basing it, we're doing better than Microsoft. Microsoft is going through something, I don't know what the hell, some expanse type shit. I don't know what they're going through right now. I don't even know if they know. So basing this off of what Microsoft is doing means jack squat to me. And it means jack squat to gaming. And you can get all these little puke pundits out here. This is a 10 and this is fantastic. This is great. No, it's not. It's finally getting decent. 5 years into it. It's finally getting decent. You finally got some solid gameplay. That's not 10. Big ups to everybody in my chat, though, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm tired. I'm just tired of this shit. I'm tired of this getting ridiculous, man. I've been watching this whole outfit for 30 plus years, man. And again, I hate to be the old dude shaking my fist at the window, man. I never thought we'd be here. This used to be a platform where it was kept underground. Top Dog can understand that mantra, you know, coming straight from the underground. You know what I'm saying? On some EPMD stuff where it wasn't for everybody. Then, you know, Sony came on the scene and made it real pop culture like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people had Nintendos, but video gaming altogether was never banging like the way it was when Sony hit the scene. Sony made it a pop culture phenomenon. And I'm an anti-pop culture guy. Because when things become pop culture, they become watered down. And the things that made it eccentric and different and nuanced tend to get washed away. And you got all this bull stuff coming in. And this is a very lackluster generation. And we're grading on the curve. Because Sony drops a game that has solid gameplay. That is a very good game, don't get me wrong. It's standard 10s across the board. That's sad. It's a very good game, don't get me wrong. It's solid. But what did it do on a BioShock level as far as innovative gameplay? What did it do on a Mass Effect level as far as innovative gameplay? And it's not a binary choice. I'm not saying because I'm not saying it's a 10 that Microsoft did it better. No, Microsoft, I don't know what Microsoft sleep. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm just talking about games in general. So that's it from your boy, man. Hopefully y'all can understand. I didn't mean to ruffle any feathers because I love all of y'all. But we just gotta do better as gamers, man. I get the console wars fun. Can get very dramatic and entertaining and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I get up in it too, like, ooh, looking at the responses and stuff. Ooh. No, I don't be doing that, man. But, you know, I get up in it too, man. So I feel y'all. But with that being said, y'all really got to look at everything in totality. You better stop it. Top Dog said that M2K. Just do what J-Ru did, said, and come clean, man. You better stop it, man. Big ups to Top Dog, man. That's my homie, man. That's my homie. So I appreciate all of y'all for stopping by. I'm burning up, man. I got to take a breath, get some lemonade, you know what I'm saying? Sit back for a little bit. And if I can rest up, I'll come back and do this God of War for you 6996. You're enjoying it. And I hope everybody else is enjoying it too. But that's it from your boy, MM2K. Free agent. Signing a contract at E3 2018. Stay tuned, baby. Peace. And as always, you have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day.